to order. If you are able to, can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Angel Newman, Tyrell Stevens, 19 Mahangabu, Travis Escobar,
Here.
Merlin Rogel,
Here.
Melissa Hughes,
Here.
Tony Aiken,
Present.
George Matuk, Michael Mina.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item on our agenda is the superintendent's opening comments. Superintendent?
Thank you. Good evening, President Rogel, members of the school board, PPSD community. Thank you for the opportunity for sharing some updates and highlights across the district. First, I want to remind everyone about the school choice fair at the Central High School last Thursday, December 12th, was from 5 to 7. This event was an exciting opportunity for families to learn about a wide range of educational opportunities that we offer, including our career and technical educational pathways that prepare students for colleges and career. Families who attended explored the many possibilities available for their children. Also, about 2 weeks ago, I had the honor to attend the groundbreaking ceremony at the Spaziano Middle School. It was a deeply inspiring moment to reflect on the progress that we're making as a district and the future that we're building for our students. Projects like these are a testament to our shared commitment and providing safe, modern, and engaging learning environments for our children. We also recently broke ground at the Mary Fogarty Pre-K-8 school. In the coming weeks, we will also be breaking ground for Kazarian Middle School and cut the ribbons at the new construction at Classical High School. Our construction projects are a testament to our shared commitment. It provides a safe, modern, high-quality learning environment for every child and shows that what is possible when we as a community invest and collaborate. As we approach the holidays, I want to emphasize the importance of regular school attendance. Every school day is an opportunity for growth, and consistent attendance is the key to academic success. Let's work together to keep students engaged and learning throughout this busy time of the year. I also want to remind everyone that FAFSA is open for our high school seniors planning their next steps in the higher education. This is a crucial resource for them. I encourage families to complete their application as soon as possible, and I want to remind them that our schools are ready to help them if they need it. I also would like to share that our Office of Family and Community Engagement has been meeting with our families and has been informing them about the work that we are doing around our TAP, which is our Turnaround Action Plan. We have sent out a survey and we have been collecting data from the community. We have received over 350 responses, and once the data is reviewed, we will share the findings. Last month, we announced a major milestone for the district: the settlement agreement between Providence Public School, the Rhode Island Department of Education, and the City of Providence. This agreement secured millions in additional municipal fundings, allowing us to avoid proposed cuts essential to student services and programs. With the $11 million in additional funding for the fiscal year 2025, we have been able to continue the winter and spring sports programs, provide Victor bus passes for students who live a mile or more away from school, maintain critical special education teacher assistant position, support educators through ESL certification reimbursement, benefiting our multilingual learners, avoid the furloughs for central office and non-union staff, and preserve our capital revolving fund to address urgent school building needs. The funding gives us stability and clarity for planning through the fiscal year 2027. I remain committed to working with all stakeholders to ensure that we are making the most of the resources for our students. Last week, I had the opportunity to see one of our Central High School graduates being sworn into the Providence Fire Department 55th Training Academy. Well, you ask, why is that important? He was part of the first cohort of the CTE program and will be the first from our programs to enter into the academy. So let's give him a big round of applause. He was introduced to the possibilities of this career through our Law and Public Safety Firefighter CTE program. This is a great example of our CTE programs opening up opportunities for our students. Currently, there are 29 existing career and technical educational pathways offered at 6 different high schools. We look forward to presenting news of our Department of Justice and Multilingual Learner Settlement Agreement to the school board in February. We exited the 2018 settlement agreement last month and will share details about the current status. That will happen in February. As we look ahead to the holidays, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to the entire Providence Public School community. I would like to say thank you also to Ramona Santos Torres, who recently stepped down from her position as school board committee member. Her contributions were an asset to the committee, who together helped lead the opening of 4 new or like new schools over the past 2 years. I would also like to mention and share that we'll be welcoming Alexis Lamb, who's one of our parents in the Providence School Department, to the school building committee. We'll be replacing Ramona Santos. To all of our parents, volunteers, teachers, staff, and students, I want to say thank you for your unwavering dedication, your tireless advocacy, and your partnership in supporting our schools. It is your efforts that make the district stronger every day. The holidays are a time for reflection, connection, and hope. I'm grateful to be part of this incredible community. I look forward to continue the work that we do together in the coming years. I wish each of you have a joyful holiday filled with peace, warmth, and a time with your loved ones. Before I go on, I would like to take a moment. I'm asking my school board members to please stand. On behalf of the mayor of the city of Providence and the president of the city council, I would like to present each of you with a citation for your dedications to our families, students of Providence Public Schools. So can we give our school board members a round of applause? President, Vice President, and then I have Mr. George Matuk, Tyrell Stevens, thank you. Welcome, Nadine, Tony Aiken, Mike Bonina, yes, welcome. And last but not least, thank you. So can we give them a big round of applause again? Thank you so much. Now turn it back over to our president.
Thank you, Superintendent. At this moment, do we have any motions to amend the agenda, or do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens, do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nina. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Next, we have the consent agenda. Does anybody want to pull any items out of the consent agenda? Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
I wanted to propose an amendment to the minutes.
Is that allowable,
Second.
Mr. Solicitor?
Yes, absolutely.
Ms. Secretary Hughes, the floor is yours. What is your motion to amend?
I believe that we need to amend item 7.1 under policy and planning, the school board policy process first read. I believe that the vote was actually 6-1. The motion was in fact approved, but member Aiken or Chairwoman Aiken voted no on that motion. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, Secretary Hughes. However, we did have a discussion following that motion. I would like the motion to stand. However, appreciate you bringing that to the attention of the board.
Mr. Counsel, we have a situation where there's an amendment to correct the minutes to reflect what actually happened, and now a request from another school board member to keep the information in the minutes as is to reflect their true sentiments about the item. How should we proceed?
The minutes need to appropriately reflect the vote that occurred at the meeting.
Understood.
So if the motion is to amend to reflect what appropriately occurred, Ms. Aiken can make any statements you would like regarding what transpired at the meeting or a change in opinion she may have, but the meeting minutes should be properly reflected before they're approved.
Understood. So this is just a factual summary of what actually occurred, Chair Aiken. So if that sounds okay, and that's how it happened, we'd just like to correct the minutes, factually represent what actually occurred.
That is acceptable, President.
Thank you, Chair Aiken. So there's a motion made by Ms. Hughes to correct the vote on that item. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Stevens. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. So now the minutes have been amended. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as amended? There's a motion by Mr. Stevens. There's a second by Ms. Aiken. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we have review of homeschool candidates. Do we have a representative from the district to speak on this item? Welcome.
Welcome, thank you. Good evening. So this evening, I'm presenting to you our homeschool candidates who, there are 4 of them, who have met the requirements of our school board policy and of Rhode Island general law as it pertains to homeschool students.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the recommendation of the district regarding homeschool candidates?
Motion.
There's a motion made by Chair Mahoney with a second by Mr. Nina. Is there discussion on this item? Any questions from Mr. Catone? Mr. Stevens?
Mark, if you can you give me like a list of how many homeschool candidates have applied, this past year or beginning of the school year?
Yeah, how many we actually have for this coming
Yes.
school year? Yeah, next board meeting, I'll supply with that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Any further discussion on this item? Hearing none. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion is approved. Thank you. Next, we have public comment. I don't believe we had a list, but I do know we have one member from the public who has expressed their interest. If there are any more, you're more than welcome. So let's start with Ms. Regina Connolly.
Regina Johnson.
Regina Johnson, I'm sorry. I wrote it wrong. You have 3 minutes. Welcome, and the floor is yours.
Okay, so is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Button.
Press the button up.
Button?
Yes.
Is that better? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, my daughter is a speech and language pathology sufferer, and I have seen how PPSD's dual language classrooms have harmed her already lagging language development. All the other students, parents, and teachers speak Spanish with each other all the time, and my kid completely stops talking when they do this. This has been reinforcing her nonverbal tendency. The dual language classroom hasn't taught her a single Spanish word. Instead, it taught her to speak gibberish because that's what Spanish sounds like to her. This was especially evident to me when she came home from her first day of school and spoke a long rant of gibberish. I asked PPSD to place her in a monolingual classroom, but they refused, saying all classrooms in Providence are now dual language. So I sought a second opinion from Sargent Rehabilitation Center. They did an independent speech evaluation, and they agree with me that the dual language classroom has been harming my kids' language development. And they requested that PPSD place her in a monolingual classroom because they said that speech and language pathology sufferers need English-rich learning environments. But PPSD still refused. Dual language classrooms shouldn't be forced on everyone. If it doesn't work for a kid, the parents should be able to choose a monolingual classroom. PPSD must create a monolingual classroom to meet the needs of speech and language pathology sufferers.
Thank you so much, Ms. Johnson. If we may ask, so the district can follow up, what school does the child attend?
Children's Friend at Hartford Ave.
Children's Friend? Superintendent, is that a school that's in our district? Because we have a close relationship with RIDE, is there someone at RIDE that could help this parent navigate that process?
I have one of them back, grab your information, and we can try to do something, try to help you chart the waters.
Yeah, I talked to Children's Friend about it, and they said that they they're like a nonprofit organization, so they're not ultimately responsible for this.
So we'll ensure that the appropriate representative at RIDE connects with you to help you navigate this process. Thank you for bringing your concern forward to us, and we'll try to help you the best we can. Even though it's not under our jurisdiction, we'll guide you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Is there any other member of the public that wishes to speak tonight that didn't have an opportunity to sign up for public comment? Going once, going twice. Not hearing any other requests for public comment, we will move on to school board member comments. Do I have any school board members tonight who'd like to make any comments? Chairman Mahinga?
Just short comments. 7 years ago, I arrived to this country as a refugee from Rwanda, thanks to President Barack Obama granting asylum after my family 15 years of wait. Never did I imagine I would one day be on the school board or run for Providence Public School Board and work to make a difference in my community I now call home. I want to thank my community, students, teachers, administrators who believe in me and my vision. I'm profoundly grateful for your support. Your trust has been a reminder of why I embrace this journey to advocate for students, teachers, and the future of our school. The fight for a better future for our school and the community does not end here and continue to our collective effort and dedication. I would just want also to share that and to give some resolutions that I'm hoping that our board can support ahead, which is regarding the future of Givers Lord, and we have also petition letters from the community as well.
Thank you, Chairman, and I believe we have received some written public comment. I believe you've already circulated that. If not, can you make sure that's circulated among the school board members? Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Chairman Mahinga. Any further comments tonight? Secretary Hughes?
Good evening, everybody. I wanted to, because I don't have a different place in the agenda to do this, I wanted to provide a brief update on the collaborative working group that has been meeting throughout November and December. This is the working group that's convened by RIDE, or the commissioner's team, to work on moving us toward transition back to local control. The members of that working group include the superintendent and members of his senior staff, members of the commissioner's senior staff, myself for the school board, as well as senior staff from both the mayor's office and city council. We've had a series of meetings which concluded last Thursday, and we covered topics around governance, finances, and facilities, and the collaboration that we'll need to continue to build between the city and the school district and the school board. Tomorrow evening, there is a meeting of the Council on Elementary and Secondary Education, or also known as the RIDE K-12 Council colloquially. That is happening at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow evening at RIDE. You can also, they have a Zoom link that you can follow along from home if you prefer. And there is a slide deck posted online that I would recommend reviewing as an agenda attachment for that meeting tomorrow that will give a lot more details about the work of that working group. The primary takeaways that I just want to highlight this evening are the main idea is that all of us need to work together at the local level to focus all of our work around improving student outcomes. That's for all students and particularly for students in special groups. What the commissioner is looking for in order to make a recommendation to give our schools back, what she and her team are looking for is what is the evidence that PPSD has the systems to progress monitor improvements in outcomes and high leverage practices, and that the board is focused on monitoring those outcomes. The commissioner is also looking around governance. What evidence is there that the new board is focusing in that way, and they will ensure a productive, healthy working relationship with the leadership here at PPSD? The commissioner, in order to make the recommendation to return us to local control, is also looking to make sure that there is evidence that the city will ensure appropriate investments in PPSD consistent with their obligations. So we know just recently that the city and the commissioner reached an agreement around funding for the next few years. So that is a positive step. And also, what is the evidence that the city will commit to a long-range facilities plan that improves student access to new or like new buildings? I know we're going to hear a few updates tonight as well, including around Gilbert Stewart, but also that land and that building, as well as our buildings across the district. And finally, what is the evidence that city council, the city or the mayor's office, PPSD, the school board, and RIDE are effectively collaborating in the interest of PPSD and are sending a unified message of their commitment to the district? I think that we can all probably agree that that is the most challenging piece, is to build trust, collaboration, and excellent communication systems. It's been an honor to serve on this particular working group, and I'm excited to see what the next steps will be as our city continues to work to regain control of our schools. I'm very confident that everyone in this room right now and everyone who's pushing for this across the city, that we all share that goal, that we want Providence to be able to be in charge of its own schools and to help students and keep up the wonderful momentum that we've seen over the last few years. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Hughes. Any other school board member comments?
Mr. President,
Mr. Stevens?
today I want to thank you, Mr. President, Vice President Escobar, Board Member Matt Talk, Board Member Nina, for your amazing service on the school board. I would say this one thing, this year has probably been my most favorite year as a board member, under your leadership. I know early on I was a little like, I don't know, but I would say, your hard work and dedication definitely this second year truly made things a lot easier. The collaboration, communication, and like I said, I want to thank this leadership team for your amazing work and service. And we hope that you guys remain invested in Providence. I think one of the key things that, the new board needs to know and understand is that collaboration, as we said, is going to be a key piece. Tyrell's very vocal, as we all know, and it's hard to work with me. And I apologize if I, if I, allow my passion to get in the way of, collaboration. But I would say, I thank each and every one of you for your amazing work. As we know, Ms. Aiken, Chairwoman Aiken, Chairman Nigel, and Angel, Board Member Angel Newman will in fact be reapplying, and I wish you all the best. We have a board member that has in fact been elected, a board member elect. She's in the back. Her name is Michelle Fonts. She goes by Mish, and we want to thank her. She's here learning on today before she starts in February her work. So, we just want to make sure moving forward that there is in fact collaboration across the board, and that, we're here to support the superintendent. Oh, and Secretary Hughes, I apologize. She also had in fact reapplied as well, and we wish you the very best also in your amazing work and leadership, definitely with a lot of the policy work. That's going to be the key thing as it pertains to return to local control. We want to make sure that the policies are all caught up to date. And we thank you and Angel for your amazing work on policy as it pertains to that. So, like I said, I want to thank each and every one of you for your service. As I said, this is out of my 4 years on the board. This year has been my most favorite year because of the collaboration, communication with the school board and with my colleagues. And I want to just thank the district. I want to say to each and every one of you, happy holidays, and I wish you the best as we move forward with the schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stevens. Any other school board member comments tonight? Ms. Newman?
I just really want to say thank you to everybody up here and folks who from the district and from RIDE and everybody who made this year really special. And like, I think everyone knows like trying to navigate what's going on like in our district is like really difficult and there's not immediate answers for how to do this well. But what I can say is like every single time I came here, I learned something from every single one of you, and like every single like student or family member or representative from RIDE who like came up to the mic, even in moments that were contentious like throughout the last like year, I have to say like I really learned a lot. And so, you know, whatever happens with the application process, like I've let that go. When myself, Ms. Hughes and Ms. Bonita, we were, appointed to the board, I think all three of us were like appointed for like 3-year terms. And then the hybrid structure came into play and it was cut short to a year, which is fine. And also, talking to Tyrell and other folks, like there's definitely, I signed up for 3 years, so I want to like give that, it is a service commitment that I want to make. And that's going to be true whether I'm on the board or not, right? It's like my commitment to students is forever. And I just really, I've done a lot of reflecting over the last year, and I just appreciate every single person here, and just hope that whatever happens like next year, that I'm a resource, AS 220 is a resource, and that title and no title, like we're gonna rock out and like be here for the kids. And I guess the one thing I wanna just elevate that I do think this board did well over the last year is, as we're figuring out transition from the takeover to local control, like one thing that sticks with me that a student said over the last year is that like if the board does have immense power, like this narrative of like that we don't have any power is very dangerous, because we do have a lot of power, even if that power is using our platform to give it to students and families and elevating what they want. So, if anything, what we can do is just shift the mics to the folks who are most impacted. If that's all we can do, that's actually a really big thing, and continuing to be liberated gatekeepers of how we share information and get information back to community, and working through policy to make sure that it's not just us who like are gatekeeping good ideas, but that like there's pathways for everybody, especially those most impacted, to be able to shape the district that they want to see. That's my only hope for our district going forward. So thank you all.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Neal?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody. I was planning to reapply to be part of the board, but due to personal family circumstances out of my control, I was not able to. I have to really dedicate time to my family at this point in my life. But I appreciate all the work that everybody has done here, from Martha keeping up with all the emails and going back and forth coordinating meetings, to the superintendent, to all of my fellow board members. It's been an honor to serve my community in this capacity. I will continue to be involved, as I always have been, within the community regarding helping families and parents and the students in Providence to get things moving across in a better way, and helping with the goal that it's communication amongst everybody. Just wanted to thank everybody for that, and thank you to everybody that's been coming to all the meetings, and the parents that really supported it. And hopefully for next year and the next term of board members, we can see a lot of the seeds that were planted during this year give fruits later on, because I know that the work that everybody, especially the president, the vice president, and other board members like Tyrell and Nigel and other people that were on the board before, your work is not done in vain. There's definitely fruits of it. I think that even myself applying to be on the board was part of seeing other people that look like me on the board. So that was a really special thing for me to collaborate with everybody here. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Needham. Chair Egan?